Live from our Jackson studio. Live from the Midtown Jackson studio and live from well into Deep 13. This is Lasco Cafe on Spreaker with the animalistic Jay the Brain Man, the animalistic Matthew the Wizard Nichols, and the pause for consideration, Steve the Baxman Baxley. I'm Franklin Pangborn, your announcer, with Morgul as the friendly drone. Let's go to the cafe and find out what's going on and join the guys on a whole crowd. It's Lasco Cafe on Spreaker. Oh, welcome one and all to the Corskin Ball. That's right, it's another crazy, if not strange edition of the L2C, the Last Call Cafe, the only show that enters your mind and changes everything into a nice two-door house in Nebraska. I am, as Franklin Pangborn, our announcer, intoned. I am one of your hosts, Steve the Baxman Baxley. A pleasure and honor as always. And with me, as always, my equal host, friends, and good buddies. First off, ladies and gentlemen, the man of many talents, some of which we actually can't say on this program because he's damn good at everything. Ladies and gentlemen, the master of the Gamerwood Squares, Mr. the Wizard, Matthew Nichols.
What's up, everyone?
All right, and without this man, we would be the home shopping network of Spreaker. Glad we aren't. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, still the manager of champions, still the host of Wrestle Anime Hut that bears his name, still the undefeated, unduplicated intergender wrestling champion of the world, and still, well, whatever else he does, he's a champion of. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only. Now, if you want all that repeated to you, send 50 cents in coin to Journal Graphics. Okay, we have got ourselves some pretty good stuff for you, including a Gamers News report that you will not believe when I tell you, to use a line borrowed from the last season of Scrubs, their musical episode, everything starts with poo. You'll find out what I mean by that. Actually, find out what he meant by that. Matthew Nichols and the Gamer News coming up in a few moments, but you know what's coming up. Big Daddies, Big Mamas, kids, frogs, hogs, and other assorted animals. You know what's coming, don't you? I know what's coming. It's Mr. Franklin Pangborn, our staff announcer, celebrating 25 years. And by the way, we are celebrating our birthday too. That's right. It's delayed a little bit, but still, we must celebrate it. So, Franklin, happy birthday to you, sir. Do your duty as we celebrate the milestone of 18 years. Thank you very much, Stephen. It's time now for a brainwave. And here he is. Hey, Brain. What kind of a wave you got for us?
Hit it.
Yeah, Steve, this is Gilbert Gottfried saying you couldn't even wipe my ass, let alone do a half-decent imitation of me. Okay?
And there you go.
Ah, yes, the Gilbert Gottfried Memorial Brainwave. We're going to keep playing that thing until we decide it's time to bury it. And it will never be time to bury it. Ladies and gentlemen. Franklin, you forgot something. Oh, yes, I did. I forgot the sponsorship. This Brainwave was sponsored in part by Scope. Scope. For breath that's minty fresh, not medicine-y. Except, of course, if you mix it with the finest in whiskey. You got something else to do. That's right. It's time now for Gamer News. And one day we're going to get the theme back. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of things back one day. We're ever at that one day. Do your duty. It's Gamer News. It's sponsored by Pluto.tv. Remember, hundreds of channels for zeros of dollars, including channels dedicated to the gamers, the pop culturists, and the animators. And now, with the Gamer News, here's the wizard, Matthew Nichols.
Thank you. And what was the theme song for the segment again? I forgot.
I think it was one of the royalty-free musical things that we got. I don't know the exact title, but boy, did it have a hard rock to it.
Because I forgot what it was. It's been like a few years.
Yes, it's been a while, but we're getting there.
This week on Gamer News, well, Destiny 2 Season 17 and the Season of the Haunted is currently going live. It's got a few bugs, but so far the season is pretty fun. And big Gamer News, well, for those of you who have played the ever so popular game Team Fortress 2, you would know that for the past 2 years, that game has been infested by freaking bots all over the place. We're talking hackers, snipers, the snipers that pretty much want to kill you even before you get a chance to get somewhere. And on top of that, name stealing, where they take other users' names, impersonate them to get them kicked out. Yeah, it's been going on for the past 2 freaking years, and the TF2 community has finally had enough and decided to have a movement. If you see it trending on Twitter, it's hashtag FaveTF2. Yep, it's a movement dedicated to saving Team Fortress 2. And Valve responded by saying, we hear you. So whether or not they're actually going to fix the issue is another story. Also, we have a release date for the PlayStation Premium service, the new PlayStation Plus service that's coming out. It's going to begin on June 12th. And that's pretty much it for Gamer News this week.
This has been Gamer News, sponsored in part by Pluto.tv. Remember, they're the only home, well, that and Shout TV, for the best in Japanese science fiction, from Ultraman to the original Japanese versions of Saban's, well, that actually were the idea for Saban's Power Rangers in the United States,
Super Sentai.
among others. So get ready. Strap in, strap on. Why? Because you get hundreds of channels for zeros of dollars. Pluto.tv. Remember, enjoy the ride. It's free.
Yep, it's on mobile, it's on the PC, and it's on your Xbox. It's an app that you can download on the Xbox One and Xbox Series.
And it's better than Stir. Trust me on that one. Gentlemen, back to you, and it's great to be back. Well, it's great to have you back, Franklin. All right. Let us get down to some wrestling business. We do have, I know we do have the Wrestle Anime Hut, but we do have some wrestling materials for you, including one breaking story that, yes, friends, AEW Double or Nothing weekend may be over, but the mystery behind the ongoing situation between AEW and MJF continues to grow. Now, late Monday afternoon, another twist to the tale has emerged.
Come on, everybody. Let's twist. Come on, let's twist again.
The ghost of Chubby Checker has invaded this program.
Yeah, every time you say twist, I come along and we twist.
Hangborn, Mr. Checker, that studio right there is for you.
Well, thank you, sir. Let's twist again, like we did last.
Was that Kermit the Frog I heard?
Either that or Chubby Checker has a frog in his throat. To continue, a new report from the folks at Fightful Select has revealed that MJF has not only remained in Las Vegas following the pay-per-view, but that a sit-down meeting between the disgruntled AEW star and AEW owner, booker, and all-around bon vivant Tony Khan was scheduled to take place. No timetable was given for the meeting. Now, to add to the confusion, the folks at Fightful also noted they couldn't determine at this time whether this ongoing saga was still legitimate or if it had evolved into an elaborate work after AEW sources, three drunks named Charles, provided no follow-up when Fightful posed the question. Regardless of whether MJF's friction with AEW remains real or not, the report did confirm that the issues between the two sides started as legitimate. MJF's wild ride began on Saturday after it emerged that the AEW star had missed a scheduled meet and greet at the AEW Fan Fest. Fightful would report later that day that a plane ticket had been bought for MJF for a flight out of Vegas that night. To date, too with and too much, Fightful has been unable to confirm whether it was AEW or MJF himself who booked said flight. Gee, who do you think? Ultimately, MJF would remain in town, and his scheduled Double or Nothing match with Wardlow took place without incident. With Wardlow defeating MJF with not just one, not just two, not just three, but with a whole freaking concerto of power bombs. MJF was stretchered out of the arena after the match, with some saw as MJF being written off, albeit temporarily. After the show, MJF reached out to Fightful, claiming he arrived in the building shortly before his match, left immediately after, and was going dark for the time being. Meanwhile, Khan declined to comment on the situation in the post-Double or Nothing media scrum when pressed by Wrestling Inc. managing editor Nick Hausman. The new Fightful report also confirms the source of tension between AEW and their top stars stems from an argument between MJF and Khan a few months back over several topics. Gee whiz, I wonder what those topics were. MJF, and MJF. Including MJF's current AEW deal. They noted that since then, Khan has told other AEW talent he'd be willing to pay MJF like a top talent, although this has seemingly done little to quell MJF's disenchantment. What more does he want? Does he want half the damn company? Oh boy, we better not say that. He might be listening. Yeah, that'd be our first. He actually listens. Fightful also stated that AEW has made overtures to MJF about contract offers that were then blown off, and that the AEW star expected the situation to come to a head during the pay-per-view week. It has been confirmed that MJF's contract, as of now, is scheduled to expire New Year's Day of the year 2024. Speaking of which, coming up on the Wrestle Anime Hut, we'll give you the analysis of last night's AEW Double or Nothing, and a preview of WWE's Hell in a Cell. Also, for those of you wanting tickets to either Los Angeles or Detroit's big-ass debuts, you better hurry, because I have a feeling by the time the next month rolls around, by the time it goes to June 1st, those two shows, or those two dates, may be sold out. Ooh. Folks, get your speed. Okay, and we might as well wrap up this portion of our little wrestling thing with a little bit of a AEW mess. And we're not talking about some of the matches. Former WWE NXT star and currently signed All Elite Wrestling talent Jake Atlas is being charged with domestic battery. Can you say goodbye, Jake Atlas? Back on May 23rd in Orlando, Florida, police responded to a report of a domestic violence at the home of Atlas. According to PW Insider, the police report claims that Atlas called his longtime partner to come pick him up after drinking at Big Daddy's Roadhouse the previous night. When his partner arrived, Atlas apparently encouraged him to stay at the bar and drink with friends. They stayed at the location until Atlas wanted to go back to another friend's house to be intimate together. But he became upset when his partner was giving attention to someone else, sparking a verbal argument. Atlas became physically aggressive and charged at the victim, his partner, which led to a nearby witness stepping in to prevent an attack. The witness convinced Atlas to return home and sleep it off, since the former NXT star was clearly intoxicated. His partner left the apartment, but Atlas would follow, continuing to yell at him as he tried to leave. Another attempt at a physical attack occurred, and despite witnesses trying to step in and help, Atlas left the victim with a scratch on his left forearm and a torn tank top. He was separated from his partner once more and was convinced to get into a car, but then demanded to re-enter his apartment to retrieve his dog. When he made it back to the apartment that he shared with the victim, Atlas refused to leave despite multiple opportunities. That was when police were called. The report goes on to say that the officer gave Atlas many opportunities to give his side of the story, but he only wanted to speak badly about the victim. It was determined that Atlas was the aggressor, and he was then placed under arrest. Since the incident, Atlas signed a no-contact order that agrees to have no communication and stay at least 500 feet away from the victim. He was released from jail later on 5/23 and is set to appear before an Orange County court on June 28th. He will be officially arraigned at 7:30 that morning. Shortly after making his debut with AEW and signing a contract, Atlas suffered a torn ACL during an AEW Rampage match against Adam Cole, baby. He underwent surgery on February 16th. The AEW debut was his first match since stepping away from pro wrestling due to struggles with mental health. As of this writing, Jake Atlas has not publicly commented on the arrest, and we thank WrestlingInc.com for some of the news that we give you. So tune in to Wrestle Anime Hut a little bit later on in the broadcast, and we will give you the words and nothing but the words on what was, I'm going to say, a very interesting Double or Nothing. Very little surprises, though one was not expected. And the other one was. We'll explain that on Wrestle Anime Hut. Coming up at 11:30. Okay, before we hear from the general, we got a little entertainment news that we're going to give you right now. As you would recall, Walt Disney, they let the rights to Winnie the Pooh, the original version, run out. So, Winnie the Pooh is now public domain.
At least the book version, not
The-
the Disney design one that's still under copyright,
Yes.
but the original version.
Yes. And so, how do you expect the book version to be used? Do you expect to see it bold into a mystery, or do you expect something erotic? How about this? Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That's right, a slasher film. Or if you're a Gilbert Gottfried fan, that's right, a slasher film. That's right. And let me read this to you here. It comes courtesy of Yahoo.com. Boy, I think I hurt myself on that one. All right. Still from the upcoming slasher film Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey from, by the way, the photo is from Jagged Edge Productions. Breaking free of Disney's clutches, A.A. Milne's earliest Winnie the Pooh stories entered the public domain earlier this year. Now, inevitably, some of Milne's most beloved characters are going to partake in a whole lot of murder. A UK-based indie film studio, Jagged Edge Productions, recently released stills from its upcoming slasher movie, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, on Instagram. By all appearances, the tale will effectively turn the 100-acre woods into the 100-acre cabin in the woods. Said the director, Rise... Hi there. Get back up there. Said the director of the film... Where are you? Reese Waterfield. You guys still on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Get my British accent ready. I wanted to make something original. A lot of horror concepts, villains are the same. Werewolves, ghosts, vampires, zombies. Well, this really excited me because it was so different. I was primarily inspired by Wrong Turn for the film, but the two villains are a bit more intelligent in this. End quote. Waterfield offered the folks at HuffPost a synopsis of his film, and here it is, quote, Pooh and Piglet experienced a drastic drop in food as Christopher Robin grew up. So over the years, they became increasingly hungry and feral. Eventually, they had to eat Eeyore to survive. Christopher returns and discovered his old feral friends are no longer what they seem. Upon seeing Christopher, Pooh and Piglet go on a rampage and eventually target a rural cabin where a group of girls from university are staying. Now, the film wrapped shooting earlier this month, but Waterfield explained that due to the excitement the stills have generated online, they're expediting the post-production process and hope to release the movie in a month or two. We're not sure we want to know what Piglet is doing here. In the picture, courtesy of Jagged Edge Productions. We are working through post-production, so there's no official trailer yet. We had hoped to wait a bit to release everything, end quote. While the images in the stills are terrifying, it is, at the very least, a comfort to see Pooh fully clothed and finally embracing the concept of pants. Actually, Waterfield told Variety there's a reason for that. Mulaney's earliest stories are now out of copyright, but Disney still retains exclusive use of its own interpretations of Pooh Bear and his friends. We've tried to be extremely careful. We knew there was this line between that, and we knew what their copyright was and what they've done. So we did as much as we could to make sure the film was only based on the 1926 version of it. It's why certain beloved characters like Tigger won't be featured in the slasher film. Variety reports that there'll be a scene featuring Eeyore's tombstone, but sorry, hardcore horror fans, his gruesome murder won't be detailed in the movie either. Though I think if you have great imaginations, you can make up your own story about that. So, gentlemen, I ask you this question. And the question be, if the A.A. Milne Pooh book versions are in the public domain, if you had about, I don't know, a whole buttwad of money, and you were told you can do a film about Winnie the Pooh from the Milne books, or A.A. Milne or Millen, what would you guys do? Would you go horror, comedy, skin flick, or what?
Well, first I would wait until we get the entire cast in the public domain, like Tigger and such. And probably try making an anime. And the plot would have to do with the Heffalumps and Woozles taking the honey, and the honey is actually more than just regular honey. It's like a power source. And there are good Heffalumps and Woozles, and there are bad Heffalumps and Woozles. So not all Heffalumps and Woozles are bad. There are some good ones.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
And I don't know what else. Jay, what's your idea?
I got none.
Well, I know who may have a few ideas. Pangborn, do your thing. Time now to put evil and badness and hate and everything else bad in its place. It's time for another edition of the Insidious Belch of the Week, presented by Crest, the toothpaste with Fluorostat that helps your teeth feel cleaner when you also floss. Crest, because anything else is just Colgate. And now, with the nomination of the Insidious Belch of the Week, General Big Jimmy, Billy Bob Bo Schwartz, First Lieutenant Jimmy X, and his brother, the soft-spoken Lieutenant Jimmy R. General, how you doing, sir? Thank you. And when we get the themes back, I'll be happy. At ease, boys. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Eat 'em if you bake 'em. Boy, it's great to be back. Happy anniversary, boys. Thank you, General. How you doing, Wizard?
I'm doing well, General. So what would you do with the Pooh AP now that it's implemented, well, at least the book version?
Well, if it was me, I would make a tender love story between Pooh and Christopher Robin's adopted sister, One Trey. Whoa, wait a minute. Christopher Robin's adopted sister? Who would play One Trey? Amber Heard. I understand she loves Pooh. You want to get started on this before or after? I think we better get it done now. Jimmy X, First Lieutenant Jimmy X, You got the Beltratron ready?
Oh, yes, sir, General Big Jimmy Bill Bubble Schwartz. The Beltratron 2000 is up and ready and ready for usage.
Oh, that's good. That's good, Jimmy. Thank you very much. The lieutenant there spoke for you, son. Well, that's nice of him because I had a little call. Yeah. Well, you know, the last time we did something like this, what happened? Oh, yeah, I remember. So do I. We're still paying for it, too.
Oh yeah, that's right. When the boats accidentally destroyed the house and destroyed like 2 B-2 places. Oh man, destroyed.
Plus, General, do you know how much it cost us to have the moat to our friends from New Jersey's place cleaned and torched and fixed? Yeah, I know. Why do you think we asked for that $39 million? You don't tell. Yeah, we got half of that. Well, anyway, you were saying quickly? Yes, we're going to give the Belch to a man who, well, frankly, in our opinion, deserves it. And that Belch is to Maxwell Jacob Friedman for all the problems he's caused just so he can get all that money from Tony Khan. So, MJF, hope you sign that deal soon because you're going to need it. Lieutenant Jimmy, would you be so kind as to tell us just what you, let me do that, sir. Brother, what did we feed the Beltratron this week?
Let's see. I believe we fed it some Burger King. Like a triple Whopper with everything on it. Some chicken fries, a chicken sandwich, and the entire machine of soda, all the stuff. And some ice cream and some cookies and some the spicy whatever it is, and the pretty.
Well, thank you. Well, you're welcome. Jimmy Y, First Lieutenant, since we're back here and we're celebrating the show's 18th anniversary, I think we need to do a bonus belch. And who is the deserving belch of the bonus? Well, sir, they're the ones that threw you guys out, so they deserve to feel the punishment. So, we're going to give the bonus belch to the folks at Blog Talk Radio. Why? Why not? Oh, that's true. So, ready? Oh, here's ready. I can feel that bulbousness. Oh, yes. It's shaking. Get ready, boys. And I'm sorry to our friends, Louie and Vinny. I hope this doesn't ruin the moat, because we may need it in New Year's Eve. Boys, when ready, maybe we better get behind the Ford Volt. Yeah, maybe we better.
Yeah, and try not to aim it at the shrine in the den this time, Jimmy.
Oh, no, don't worry.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, you guys just fixed our moat here, and you made it all nice, and we got some statuarials here.
Hey, man. It's okay, man. Be cool. Don't worry. Ralph loves it. He'll stay under there for a while. It's okay.
Okay, hey, boys, go for it. Okay, get ready. Ready, aim, fire.
Ooh. You know what? Hey, Vinny,
Yeah?
you know what?
What?
What's that smell like?
Smells pine solish.
Oh, good. That's what we needed for the boat. Little pine saw. Thanks, guys. Oh, Ralph thanks you too. He loves it. Hey, Ralph. Good boy. Good boy.
Are you sure it's a boy?
What do you think? That ain't a fifth leg.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I got you. Okay, thank you. Anything else?
Nope, but I think you're going to hear from Blog Talk Radio. In fact, Radar's picked up a flag that's waving.
Yeah, what color is it?
Blue.
Which blue flag? I think I know what a blue flag is. That means that, well, Steve, guys, that blue flag is a very special blue flag. That means that not only they surrender, but boy, did it stink up their headquarters. It's going to take them a couple of months to clean it out. Happy anniversary, guys. We got to split.
Yep, we're going to celebrate your 18th at the Chateau Stripper.
The Chateau Stripper.
So I just about right, just falling down and talking the Blog Talk Radio building.
Well,
Yeah, what? Now, wait a minute. That's whoa.
oh boy. We may have to negotiate with Blog Talk Radio some, extra pay.
Guys, I get out right now. We'll see you next week.
See you next week, guys. Come on, quickly.
Okay, gee, it's nice to be back. Okay, that's going to wrap things up for us. And as our new exit would say, he's the brain, he's the wizard, I am the Baxman, Cuckoo Cachoo. See you next week, next Sunday, we hope. Or
Yep.
next month.
Also, I have logos for our corporations in case.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, do you remember?
Yes, those are good. Those are good. WrestleMania, it's coming up shortly, so enjoy the momentary pause after I say this has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with Brainwave Entertainment. And of course, always remember, the Gamer News is produced by Wizard World Productions Incorporated for Mystifying Creativity Productions. That's it. We'll see you Sunday or Monday. We'll let you know. Bye.